The finals are set, but let's talk about what led up to that, shall we? I'm John Retton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Best of Super Juniors 29 Night 11 and Night 12 events, A block and B block of action. Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado is set. They are going to fight forever. The year will be 2050. They will be fighting while half of the world is radioactive, bitch. It's radioactive. In all seriousness, it will be a great match, but repetition does kind of breed a little bit of just, That being said, I know that they're going to fucking kill it, but let's talk about the matches that led up to that. Because a lot of people were mathematically eliminated by the time Night 11 rolled around, but there were some pretty good matches. I'll say this much, Robbie Eagles might be the MVP of the goddamn thing, even though El Desperado has really risen up the ranks, has done really, really good shit for the last number of years. Robbie Eagles, even in defeat, has really, really fucking shined. Same with Alex Zane, same with Ace Austin, though the last few matches with Ace Austin were a little bit weird. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton on commentary for the Night 11 event. Kevin Kelly flies solo for Night 12. El Lindemann took on Master Wato. Still waiting for Master Wato to become interesting, but he's fine in the ring. El Lindemann had the power edge, the clear power edge, but did fall to the spiral tap after a little bit, after about, 8-9 minutes. 1, 2, 3, moving on. I will say, though, one more thing, that El Lindemann does hit a hell of a dive outside, but he's going to go splat one too many times if he's not careful. Doki took on Teton. Doki jump-started. This was fine. The double stomp to the apron. Don't know why. The choke, but to the ropes. And then we got a post spot where Teton jumped over the top, jumped to the floor, and hit Doki's head into the post. I've never seen that. That was really good shit. Teton's also going to have no knees by the age of 40. Hits the top rope stomp, 1, 2, 3. Alex Zane took on Yo. I am still waiting for Yo to kick it into high gear, or really any gear, because he's good in the ring, and when he's with Hiromu or a few others, he can have a really good match, but he's just very bland on his own, in all honesty. They got to bring Alex Zane back. He has really shined in this tournament, even in defeat. The Japanese fans love him. Yo does fire back, and eventually gets a dragon suplex, 1, 2, 3. Not bad, not great, was what it was. Tjp took on Bushi. Oh boy, another TJP match. You shouldn't have. No, really, New Japan, you fucking shouldn't have. TJP's good in the ring, he's just not interesting, or a good guy, he's a fucking idiot. Bushi eventually falls to the STF, though. Whatever. Crocodile Connors took on Hiromu Takahashi, a fast start, rather. Clark had the clear power edge here. Some heavy chops, some good action here, and then eventually Hiromu's D puts Crocodile Connors down. Anytime a Japanese man thrusts his D towards your neck, you're going to go down. Do not ask me any further questions. And then Ace Austin took on Taguchi. Oh boy, he attacked the weak point for acid damage and then fell to Taguchi's ass, having the tights pulled down. And okay, this Taguchi stuff is trying my patience at this point. I know it's supposed to be funny, it's probably a cultural thing, but no, this isn't funny at all. Taguchi won. ELP took on Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler attacked early, and we get a nice DDT by ELP on the floor. He's really hurting. Like, he has beat us by his shit. I'm not a fan of Bullet Club. Not really a fan of the repeated antics that ELP does, but there's no denying the guy's talent. The guy has really stepped it up in this tournament. And he has eventually hit CR2, 1, 2, 3. Wheeler Yuta's also had a good showing in this tournament. Sho took on Kanemaru. I sent shenanigans. I got shenanigans, but Kanemaru got the victory in less than 3 minutes. So at least Sho isn't going to be, part of the tournament finals, because nobody wanted Sho in the finals. If Sho was a heel but didn't do the same goddamn bullshit with wrenches and drinks and all that and all this bullshit, maybe I'd care more. I'm starting to think that Sho and Yo were actually better as a team, because Sho is just not interesting as a heel, and Yo is not interesting as a face. I know they're going to keep doing this, because what else could they have done as a team, but So Francisco Akira took on Ashimori. There's a lot of shoulder focus by Ashimori. It was decent enough. There was a nice Super Spanish fly by Akira, but eventually he fell to the Bloody Cross, 1, 2, 3. El Desperado took on Robbie Eagles in a really, really, really good match. In fact, this is pretty much the lone fucking highlight of Night 11. There were some good strikes, nice knee focus by both. Eagle setting up the Ron Miller special. Despy wanting to go for numero dos. They both try to go for those moves, each. They both get rope breaks, but again, 450 onto the knee, Ron Miller special, and El Desperado taps out. So Robbie Eagles is in the running as we go towards night 12, which is A and B block of action. Kevin Kelly flying solo, and Doki lost to Master Wato with Vendaval, or via Vendaval rather, in just a little bit. I think it was about 10 minutes. I don't know, I tend to tune out a lot of what Master Wato does, because when he tries to show personality, I'm like, oh, that is adorable. I know it sounds like I'm being harsh. I'm sorry, just this isn't clicking for me. Doki's had a pretty good tournament. Him versus El Desperado really, I think, helped raise Doki's stock even in defeat. Kanemaru took on Taguchi. The bell rang, tights down, clutch, and the bell rang. I don't even think this went as long as the match was show. Kanemaru won. It's pretty bad when they're making me root for Kanemaru at this point in 2022. And then Bushi took on El Lindemann. Boy, Lindemann hit a damn good snap DDT, and Bushi hit a really nice dive. And there was some good shit here in NMX 1, 2, 3. So Bushi, I'm not going to go over the point totals, but Bushi at least finished strong, I'll say that much, against one of the people of strong hearts. Haha. So Alex Zane took on Crocodile Connors. A handshake to start, and it was quick. Nice spear outside. Zane hit a bomb on the apron. Have no idea why they decided to do that. No idea why they do the apron bumps. But eventually, trophy kill 1, 2, 3 in like 7 minutes. This was quick. They got to bring Alex Zane back, though. TJP versus Wheeler Yuta. Hooray! I have to watch another TJP match. Fortunately, Wheeler Yuta won with the seatbelt clutch in 12 minutes when it should have been about 6. Yo versus Sho. God damn, this was shit. God fucking damn it, this is shit. Show's like, I'm gonna take the ring bell and leave. You can take the count out, but nobody can ring the bell. And then we get the bullshit shenanigans of him taking him over to, like, it was a convention hall, so he had to go maybe like 10 feet over there, and he would have been able to throw him into the wall and the doors. And then ref bump, and he put a wrench in everybody's plans and managed to get the win. This was garbage. Because pretty much anything the House of Torture is involved in is fucking garbage. I don't even mind Sho winning. That's not even the issue. It's just they're trying to basically heat up a pile of ashes at this point. You can't do that. And I mean, Bullet Club ain't much better in all honesty. Teton took on Robbie Eagles. Good pace. Eagles is really showing off here. He targets a knee, as you would expect. Teton keeps doing that stomp because he is bound and determined to basically end up either on crutches or possibly in a wheelchair by the time he is 40. Eagles does crash after a dive. Good fucking grief. He crashes, rolls, and just lands on the goddamn floor. And then the Ron Miller special, but to the ropes, and then the trap pin by Teton. 1, 2, 3. So Robbie Eagles, all that effort, and no! He's out of the finals. He's had a hell of a goddamn showing, though. Akira Francesco took on Ace. Or Francesco. Akira. I'm just going to call him that. Took on Ace Austin. It was fine. Eventually, Ace gets a count-out win over... Or Ace gets counted out against Akira, rather. I don't know. This one was a bit awkward. Like, they wanted to protect Ace at this point, despite the fact he lost to Taguchi, who pulled his fucking tights down. That being said, it was fine enough, and Despy took on ELP. They have been behind Despy for a while. ELP was favoring pretty much every goddamn part of his body by this point, because he's beat his body to shit. So is El Desperado. ELP kept trying to stall because all he has to do is get a count-out victory. Or if he gets... Rather, if it's a tie, then he advances. Because Despy is 2 points behind him. So if Despy wins, then he owns a tiebreaker over ELP. He has super kicks, a nice CR2, but just for 2 because ELP couldn't quite cover quick enough. And then one Pinche Loco, and then Despy's like, and does this, and does the CR2. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. He gets the victory with El Desperado, or ELP's own move. I'm trying to say English here and failing, but he got the victory with ELP's own finisher. Good stuff. Then Hiromu beat Ashimori in a match with a lot of shoulder focus. Ishimori kept going for the moonlock, but Hiromu would just keep thrusting his D at Ishimori's bone, soldier that is, and get the victory. There you go. The matches are fine. I just decided to rush through pretty much all these because there were a few standout matches. Most of the rest of the card was just eh. We'll see what happens with the finals. I will say right now for the finals review, that'll be up in the afternoon because I'm going to have shit to do on Thursday. I'm not going to be able to watch it live. It has gotten to the point with New Japan where I just don't want to watch it live. I'd rather watch it on demand. They got to really, I'll watch the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view live, obviously, because that's a pay-per-view. But then we get to see what happens at Dominion. When Jay White beats Kazuchika Okada, and my interest in the New Japan main event scene goes from here to, well, let's see, maybe I can dig to the Earth's core and find a level there. But anyway, pretty good tournament overall, despite the fact TJP still exists on this planet. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.